Good evening and welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about Severance Season 2 and I'm going to talk about my thoughts and feelings about it. Now I'm not going to go into everything because it is very much it's a very complex show to watch. You can't be one of them where you just sit on your phone and you just look up here, there and everywhere, because there is various different things going on at different moments. There's four main characters. You kind of see their story, what's going on with their story, and then you also have the thing of side characters, which are very intriguing as well. First thing I'm going to talk about is Cold Harbor. So this, and fix up my camera. So this is essentially a thing that Mark was working on the computers. We didn't know what was going on with the computers. There's various different numbers. And we were just going, oh, I wonder what this is. And Mark explained through season 1 to Helly that it was a feeling that she will feel. And whenever she's able to feel it, then the sense of fear, then she'll press on the number that most sticks out to her. And then she'll be able to put it in a box and everything will be sorted in regards to percentages going up. So constantly we were thinking, what is going on here? What are we seeing? And also this is the work of what a severance worker does. I was very confused with this. I couldn't even guess what it is. I just thought, you know what, I'll let the narrative of the show carry on. And this becomes important because we see the emphasis throughout this season of this assignment that Mark needs to complete, Cold Harbor. There's various different points where they discuss this, where they go, we're only on 92%, we're only on 93%, and you're going, what is going on here? Why is it 93%? Why is this so significant? Surely he's filled out 25 other ones. Why is this kind of the one that they're getting to where it's like, there'll be a big party for this, we'll be buzzing off it, and it could be one of the biggest things that has happened to Lumen. And eventually, as it gets closer and closer to the finale, we understand that these are the things that Gemma, his wife, is terrified. Now, if you didn't watch season 1, we're through the whole illusion that Gemma's died in this car crash. Mark's grieving her, Alti Mark, and essentially at the end of season 1, the innies are able to kind of have a viewpoint on the outside world because of this whole thing that happens, that Dylan's able to switch them from the innie to the Alti. Sounds very confusing. Go watch the show if you don't know what I'm talking about. And they are able to live this life, the innie, to live this life on the external. And Mark innie realizes that Gemma is like the wellness officer and she's still alive. And Mark, just before he gets sent back, goes, she's alive. And we're all like, oh my God, this is crazy. What's going to go on? And thankfully, I wasn't watching it whenever the writer's strike happened. So the writer's strike happened after this episode was released. It was delayed for 3 years. But fortunately, I was able to just go, right, perfect, next episode. And I was on to season 2, episode 1. Now, a lot of things happen on the journey, but the main kind of focus that we have is the Helly and Inner Mark relationship, Dylan's relationship with his wife, both Innie and Alti. I can't remember who the other character's called, but his relationship with Bert, and we get to see these kind of 3 storylines push on, and the push as well for Mark Alter to try and find Gemma and see if he can have his life back, what it was, and also leave Severance. So that's kind of like the arc for this series. Now, it's very interesting to see Helly's character and Mark develop throughout it. There's no kind of romantic isms there, but you can kind of tell they're both into each other. It's been talked about in various episodes, and it's been talked about in various seasons as well. And we're kind of going, are they going to get together? Are they not? And this is the lovely thing I enjoyed about it, is that was 3 adults. It wasn't like a teenage love story where, you know, they're developing their feelings for each other. You really don't know where you are with the Innie Mark and Innie Helly. And for the external Mark, he's like dying to meet Gemma because he said numerous times in season 1, you know, she was perfect. She was everything I wanted. His future relationships have struggled after her. And he's just been like, I can't get over her. I'm still in love with her. I'm still grieving her 2 years after the car crash. And he knows that she's alive. So he's trying to kind of accept the fact that she's still alive, but also find her. And this is the beautiful thing of this season, where we don't really get to see much in regards to the relationship with the 2 innies. But for the external Mark and Gemma, we are thinking them 2 are dying to be together. What is going to happen? And this is the great thing of the episode. So Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. We get to episode 10 and everything goes down here. Like, I was just like enthralled by this. It was like an hour and 20 minutes and I was going to my girlfriend. I was like, oh, Hannah, you know what? I need to watch this. Is there any chance, you know, you can just keep yourself occupied? I need to watch this. It's an hour and 20 minutes. Normally I can just like watch half of it, to go for a walk, come back, but I was fully engaged with this. And essentially, at the end, which is fantastically well done, and I was saying this to my colleagues at work, I was like, you know what, I don't want it to be a stereotypical love story, I don't want it to be a love triangle. And Mark, great emotions. Cold Harbor is essentially Gemma's emotions, what she's felt, what pain she's felt throughout her whole time. And that's the whole thing of Lumen. They want to get rid of this thing of feeling pain, of feeling grief, of feeling misery. And they essentially wipe your whole memories of this moment. And Cold Harbor is whenever Mark and Gemma lost a child, and her task to do is essentially put up this crib for the baby, or cot for the baby, and that's how they're going to test whether she remembers or not. Great thing is, Mark comes in, he switches back to Outie Mark in the Severance thing, and he goes, oh my God, Gemma, you're here, I love you, I want to be with you. And she doesn't really remember him at the start, but then she goes back to reality and she remembers everything, and it's this beautiful love story, and they're like, we can do this, we can get back. And they take the lift and Mark goes back to his innie self, and he basically can go through the door to exit the building to be able to run away with Gemma. And Gemma runs through, Mark closes the door behind her, and he's just sitting there and he's thinking, do I go, do I not? I am stuck here, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, Lumen are in complete control. Mark Alty is in complete control, he can close down everything. And Helly arrives and you're like, oh my God, here we go with the decision. This is going to be absolutely fascinating. And yeah, it's just beautifully well done. There's like this slow motion music that comes with it, which I found out later. It's a old prison song, which shows kind of the relationship that they have, because they're stuck in this work thing. Every time they go in the lift, they come back and their day is never done. It's just continuous work. They're stuck in this prison of continuous work, continuously being in this drag of they don't know what's happening in the area. But the thing is, he wants to be with Helly. Inner Mark wants to be with Helly. I was like, well done. That is just fantastic. The way it's done, great TV, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved Dylan's character as well. I loved the other guy. I can't remember his name. His thing was great, where Bert was essentially like, look, I just drive them to it. If Lumen like kill them off or do anything, I don't know what happens, but I just drive them to the thing, and whatever happens, happens. But I wanted to do Severance because I wanted an innocent side to me, and I'm so glad that you fell in love with me, and you fell in love with the innocent side of me instead of the driver to potentially to send people off to their death. So I just thought that was great, and he gave him the thing of like, you need to leave, you need to never come back. And he took the opportunity, went on a train with his dog, and it was just a great little ending. And I hope that character just ends now. He doesn't come back, because I just like that little ending. Dylan, fantastic. He kind of lost himself as the Alty Dylan through having kids. His wife's like, I wish you were just the old Dylan, ambitious, fun to be around, just yourself. But he's obviously kind of declined through that. And we get to see this new Dylan that she just isn't attracted to. And then the head messer is she's attracted to Innie Dylan, who physically looks exactly like him, obviously, but just the attitude, just the personality, and the person that she fell in love with was just fantastically well done. And yeah, I just really enjoyed Severance. Now, my friend Tom did say, you know what, it's on par with Breaking Bad. I don't think that's the case, but Breaking Bad's my ultimate, but it's a very, very good TV series. Be interesting to see what they do for series 3. There's obviously some theories around it. Will Helly's father, who said, you know, I don't even like my daughter, the Alty one, but you've got the spirit of care in you. Will she be kind of, because they talk about this thing where you can shut down the person and you can be the innie who's on the outside. So will he do that? And then will her thing be like, that's fine, but I need Innie Mark to be with me because I'm in love with him. So that'll be very interesting. There's the thing of Colbert's being the mother to Mark, like the biological mother. So that would be interesting. There's various different paths that they can go down. I just hope, sorry, fixing up the camera. I just hope it's not and they probably won't do it, but I hope it's not like a generalization. Whenever I kind of seen this thing of the love triangle, I was thinking, oh my god, is this just going to be a stereotype? But it isn't. It was beautifully done. And yeah, I thought it was just fantastic, and it'll be interesting to see where it will go. Highly recommend if you're interested in watching it. Sorry, I've absolutely killed you with spoilers, but if you have seen it and loved it, then let me know. Let me know what you think. Maybe my review's way off. It's hard to cover everything, but thank you again. Bye-bye.